You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey there, Young and the Restless fans. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and I've got your latest comings and goings update for the CBS soap opera before we dig in with everybody who's in and who's out at the soap. If you haven't already, please reach down, click subscribe so you do not miss one thing. So we've got some Jill Abbott scenes the week of the 19th through the 23rd as Jess Walton is finally back to the Young and the Restless. She is going to tangle with Devon Hamilton and takes both him and Billy Abbott by surprise next week. I'm sure that she is also going to give Nate Hastings a little shake up. And if Mamie's around, she will probably get some of Jill's wrath as well. Spoilers for Wednesday, February 21st say that Jill throws the guys a curve ball. We should have been expecting her return because Billy Abbott just name dropped Jill the other day when he broached the idea of a name change from Chancellor Winters to ACW Abbott. Chancellor Winters, and he can say, yeah, it's all alphabetical, Devon and Nate scoffed. They didn't like it at all. And then next week, Devon tells him it's hard no on the name change. He and Nate were even gossiping, saying that Billy's just trying for an Abbott grab and probably didn't even run it by Jill, but they are wrong because of another person we have to talk to you about in this comings and goings update who also shows up next week. And that is Amanda Sinclair. I don't have the date for Mishael Morgan's return next week, only that I do know it's the week of the 19th. It's not Monday, I can tell you that, but it could be Wednesday, the same day that we see Jill's first scenes when she's in town. What's funny is Amanda's first words when she sweeps into the office at Chancellor Winters are to slam Devon when he tries to lay down the law with Billy by saying no dice on the name change. And she says, I don't think Jill's going to like that at all, which is pretty funny. Amanda's got no patience for Devon. He cheated on her, so she is going to come in and just make him miserable if she can, and I cannot wait to see it. I also hope this other spoiler for Y&R later in the week is about Amanda. It's one that says Abby's past is back to haunt her. So man, I think it would be soapy fun if Amanda rolls up on Abby, especially if Abby's over at Chancellor Winters and just disses her for being a cheating skank who's literally now all up in Devon's business. All right. We've also got new scenes with Connor Newman. Judah Mackey returns Thursday, the 22nd. We already had a couple of name drops about him from his parents. Adam talked to Sally about his son's issues and his struggle not to lash out like he tends to do, like Adam has done historically. And then Chelsea, of course, talked to Billy about Connor's issues. Chelsea and Adam talked about it, but then they wound up bickering, but then they both backed down and they came to an amicable talking point about their son's drama. So when these two have FaceTime with Connor, we are going to see Chelsea and Adam putting aside their differences and acting as a united front where their son is concerned. We also have Coco Nation back as Lydia. Remember that adorable little girl? She was reading Greek mythology, wasn't it, with Claire? Because that's what all little kids want to do, read Greek mythology. So she was in the hospital for pneumonia, but they're letting this little girl, this 8-year-old, spend quality time on the psych ward. Somebody needs to file a complaint against that hospital. That is, nobody should be allowed on the psych ward except the psych patients, the medical professionals, and people that are authorized to visit them. Not children, small children, without their parents, just roaming around the psych ward. All right. I just hope this kid is not at risk because of insane Jordan Howard and her revenge plan. And, Jordan's gunning for her great niece, Claire, and this kid, Lydia. Did I say Nadia? It's Lydia. No, it is Nadia. I have Lydia in my notes. It's Nadia because, as several people have pointed out, and as I originally thought, it reminds me of Nadia's theme, which is, of course, the theme song of Young and the Restless. So ignore me when I said Lydia before. Nadia. Anyway, We also have more of Colleen Zinc as Jordan, the villainess, should have her final episodes by the end of February sweeps, which is a week from Wednesday, February 28th. It looks like next week Jordan is going to use Seth. He is back again to get onto the ranch and get some access to Nikki so she can lure her into a trap. And her luring Nikki is what is going to bring back the next person we need to talk about in this Young and the Restless comings and goings update. All right. Also look for Christian LeBlanc back as Michael Baldwin. He may have scenes earlier in the week, but we know for sure he is on the Friday, February 23rd episode. And of course, he's got some dastardly dirty deed assigned to him by his boss, Victor Newman. And the task that Victor assigns Michael is tricky. So I'm assuming it's all part of the plan to stop Jordan once and for all. It is always nice to see Michael, but especially when he's working for Victor and they are up to some chicanery, you know? And of course, you know, Michael's got a villainous streak of his own, and that might help him if he's part of the team tasked with taking Jordan down. Of course, Adam and Nick also want to help crush her, and I certainly hope they are there for that. Look for more of Married Moms Mariah Copeland and Tessa Porter next week. Now, Tessa is the new manager at Society, so we'll be seeing more of her, and we've got Mariah scenes next week as she spends time with Abby at Society. Maybe she's there to check out her hot wife at work. So that's exciting that they are both going to be back. And maybe with this new role, we will start seeing them more now that Cameron Grimes is back from her maternity leave and all that good stuff. So also, just a note, last week, Crystal Kalel was back on the set of Y&R filming her return as Lily Winters. Lily has been gone checking on her daughter, who is traumatized by the death of one of her teachers at her boarding school in a tragic wildfire, weirdest maternity leave story ever. She is headed back to Genoa City soon. Unfortunately, in her absence, her skanky boyfriend Daniel and his scheming ex Heather have been doing the horizontal mambo. Well, okay, to be fair, we only saw them do it once, and then Daniel told Devon he's going to hit pause on the mattress dancing until he tells Lily, but then he keeps not telling her. So my hopes for Lily's return is that she comes back and she fires Daniel and Heather. I think that'd be great. And then all the Romalatis can pack up and leave town. They could take Christine. That'd be fine. I'd like to do a comings and goings update with a massive Romalati migration out of Genoa City. Let's keep our fingers crossed for that. Unless you're one of those who loves this Phyllis and Danny and Christine love triangle, because I certainly do not. Okay, those are all of the comings and goings I have for you for Y&R right now. Please drop your comments on who you are excited to see back on the scene in Genoa City. Definitely click subscribe if you haven't, and please come back soon. As always, this is Belinda from Soap Dirt.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.